provide for your family, but your YouTube channel is stuck at less than 500 views per video, then you know that AdSense isn't going to be paying your mortgage payment anytime soon. When I first started my YouTube channel about 8 years ago, I built a system that earned me over $15,000 per month from videos that barely got over 500 views. In fact, it worked so well that the system, it didn't just make money, it gave me time back with my family that I never thought that I would have. Look, I'm going to show you the 3 little known tips that you need to forget views and start building a real, reliable, money-generating asset right here on YouTube. All right, so before we get into these 3 tips, let me show you how I stumbled on these little hacks, because it's unbelievable how well this worked out. Now, back in 2016, when I found out that I was having my first son, I made a crucial promise to myself. I will always be there for my family no matter what, right? No going out and getting milk for me, if you know what I mean, right? Which sounds great, you know, don't get me wrong, but even I didn't understand the full extent of what that meant. Now, looking back at all of the time that I have spent with my family, I started noticing one thing over and over again. Not all time spent with family is created equal. So for example, there were nights when my wife and son were sitting there in the same room watching TV. Now my wife is, watching the TV, but my son is sitting there on Roblox fighting dragons. And then I'm on my laptop fighting the YouTube algorithm, right? None of us were really actually connecting with each other. We were together, but we weren't present with each other, right? The best times when we as a family could actually connect is when we were present with each other in that one moment. And in my short time as being a dad, I've learned a crucial lesson here that completely changed the way that I looked at life in general. Focused time together is better than just any time together. And what's interesting is that the exact same thing is true when it comes to running a successful business on YouTube, because not all views are created equal. So I know you might be asking yourself, how does this make me more money on YouTube? Well, instead of focusing on quantity, we need to focus on quality, all right? But the problem is YouTube has a big issue that literally works against us as creators. Here's the reality. YouTube's goal and your business goals, they're fundamentally opposed, all right? So YouTube needs you to chase views. They need you to go out there and get as many views as possible. But that chase actively destroys your business. It's kind of like taking your car to a mechanic and he says, hey, I fixed your car just long enough for you to have to bring it back to me next month. I'm like, gee, thanks, right? Well, look, YouTube is built the exact same way. They want you to chase views, even if it means hurting your business. So here is the secret sauce of this entire thing. A real business behind your YouTube channel, that's going to sustain you much better than literally the trash that AdSense is ever going to pay you. But here is the underlying issue here. YouTube only shows you the statistics that encourage you to chase views and not income. So how do we handle this as a creator? Well, the answer isn't to chase more views. It's to build a system where every view actually matters, all right? And we do this by no longer focusing on trying to get bulk traffic and trying to earn money solely through the AdSense program. I'm not saying that you'll never make money through AdSense, but it doesn't need to be our primary focus. Trying to earn money strictly with AdSense, that business model is broken because AdSense requires you to get thousands or maybe even millions of views, which isn't always in the best interest of your business. Does that make sense? All right. So now that we know our fundamental problem, let's level up our discussion a little bit and talk about the 3 tips that you need so that you can earn more money with fewer views so that you can make ends meet and actually take care of your family like I was trying to do. And number 1, trust me, it's like magic. It's crazy how good this works. Now, my first YouTube channel that I started way back in 2016, it struggled to get views. And I remember spending hours planning and shooting and editing and posting. A lot of time and effort went into only creating like a 10-minute video. All of that work just to get, 20 views total. And I'm sure you can relate if you have low views on certain videos, but that's just downright demoralizing, right? And I remember at the time I was still new to the whole YouTube process, I guess you can call it, but it physically pained me to put so much effort into creating content just for it to completely fall flat. And I see why so many people on YouTube will quickly give up, because I almost did multiple times. But I remember it took me so long to create one video that my computer started running slow, and I felt like it was judging me, because I was going so slow. But I mean, granted, I know it wasn't actually doing that, but it felt like it at the time. But those early struggles, it forced me to look at a more smarter solution, because nowadays I can easily create 3 to 5 videos around a particular topic and earn thousands of dollars using the process that's called referral marketing. Now, just so that we're all clear here, referral marketing is when you partner up with a company or a brand to promote their products and their services. Now, the beauty of this strategy is that the videos, they don't need to get thousands of views for you to make money, because you can earn money from one person finding the video, watching it, and actually going through and taking an action. In fact, let me show you a quick example. All right. Now, this video right here, it got me 494 views and surprisingly earned $7.11 from AdSense. That much money. But from a views standpoint, this video definitely underperformed. And it doesn't help that YouTube will make you feel bad about it, make you think that you failed with this video by showing you that it was a big, bright 10 out of 10 in the YouTube studio. But there is a twist here that even I didn't expect, because check out the retention graph on this video. It's beautiful, ain't it? When people found this video, they watched the whole thing. They even clicked the links that were mentioned in the video. Now, the links that were associated with this video, they led to a product that would earn me $200 for every person that I referred. And at a 2% conversion rate, that video earned me almost $2,000 with less than 500 views. That definitely is a lot better than the $7.11 that it earned, right? And it was all thanks to referral marketing. So be sure to give referral marketing a try. I talk a lot about it in my newsletter. Now, this second tip, it saved me hours worth of time so that my business could continue to grow even if I wasn't actively working on it. And it's honestly one of the most painstaking parts of creating a video, which is editing. Look, after I would plan a video and outline it and set up all of the camera equipment and then shoot it, I then had to sit down for like 6+ hours editing that same video. And that process, I'm going to be honest, it's extremely draining. At least it was for me. And it eventually caused me to burn out not just once, but twice, basically leaving my business for dead both times. That burnout, it made something very clear to me that needed to change. When I was finally able to afford it, the first thing that I invested in was hiring my first employee. Now, you might be asking, how does paying someone else money help me to make more money? Well, it's pretty easy, because I hired a video editor. That single move helped me to save time. And as you know, time is money, right? So when I edited a video, it would take me like 6 hours or more to, get around to doing the whole thing. But when I hired an editor, someone who literally edits videos for a living, they could do that exact same work in like 2 hours. So not only would I save myself 6 hours worth of time, I was able to kind of 3x the amount of content that I was able to create, which led to more views, which leads to more money. But there was even another unintended side effect of this whole process. That hire created space for me to spend time doing what I actually wanted to do, which usually was just hanging out with the family. So the second that you can afford one, hire a video editor. I can't stress this enough. They're not as expensive as you might think that they are. And if you need some help hiring them, just join my email list, first link down in the description, and ask me any question that you might have. So assuming you're following these tips and you have an editor and you're doing referral marketing, there is one more thing that you must do if you want to maximize the amount of money that you are making from your YouTube channel. And it's one of the biggest hacks that I've ever found that keeps me miles ahead of the competition. And I guarantee you're probably not going to hear this anywhere else on YouTube. Now, as great as referral marketing is, it has an inherent problem. You're kind of at the mercy of the company that you are promoting. So you're like a glorified contractor, or you might not even be that glorified, to be honest. But I've been a part of affiliate programs that literally ended overnight, right? Where they weren't paying out anymore. or they massively changed the terms of their affiliate partnership and changed the percentage of the amount of money I was getting per sale. Those things, it really makes it hard to keep your revenue consistent when that happens. But there is something that I did to get me out of these situations. It's something that you can do about it as well. So once you have created your videos, you joined the affiliate program, and you've referred a few sales of that company, it's now time to reach out and negotiate with the influencer manager or the marketing manager, whoever is running that referral program. But I admit to you, I was scared the first time I did this. I am your typical millennial who'd rather not talk on the phone if I could help it, but this process, it works out well and it's phenomenal. Now, my plan was to treat this as if I was asking for a raise from my boss. I was going to show him everything that I had done. And honestly, I didn't even think it was going to work, but I went ahead and started writing the email anyways. So in my email, I mentioned how much I liked working with them and how I was hoping that the partnership would continue. I also made sure to tell them that, hey, I've brought in a few sales, working with my brand and my videos and everything, but I would like a bigger piece of the pie. Now, here is something that even I didn't realize at the time, but it's totally true. Pretty much everything in business can be negotiated, but you have to know the right way to do it, right? So at the time for this particular affiliate program, I was earning around $3,000 a month on a 5% commission for every sale that I referred. Now, in the email, I asked them to double my commission to 10% per sale. And after they turned around and they looked at what I was referring and the quality of what I was referring, they agreed to do it for 3 whole months. So I basically turned $3,000 into $6,000 per month pretty much overnight with one email. Because being able to negotiate with a brand, it literally changes everything. So the lesson here, use referral marketing to prove yourself, to get your foot in the door, and then use the leverage that you have so far to make more money while still helping the brand meet their goals, and then you can make your money goals. Now, granted, I know a lot of this is easier said than done, but this is exactly how I was able to build a YouTube business that actually supports a family, even with lower views, even if there were less than 500 views. But anyway, before you split, I want you to check out the video right here if you want to learn more monetization secrets that YouTube definitely doesn't want me sharing out loud. And I'll see you later.